Hey all, Dominic here again, welcome to another video. I hope everyone's doing well by the way and I hope the weekend is going good for all of you. Before I start, I just want to inform you all that I did make a quick informed message yesterday. Just telling you that I obviously didn't make a video due to the way I was feeling yesterday. I just wasn't, myself, and I just wasn't in the right mood. And I didn't want to, somewhat force myself to make a video with the way I was feeling yesterday. Today I'm feeling a bit better, which is a good thing. But I just wanted to inform you all, just in case you haven't listened or watched that short message from yesterday. So, yeah. So, anyway, today's video is going to be something video game related. So it is. As I'm actually going to be talking about, or share my thoughts about, of Sony releasing two versions of the PlayStation 5. Yes, I know I'm quite late on this, obviously a month late and stuff, but I was like to change my content up, and that's just how I am, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, obviously we know that Sony is releasing two versions of the PlayStation 5. One that has a disc drive and one that's digital only. So, with this, what are my thoughts about this happening? Overall, I was actually quite shocked and a bit surprised to see Sony doing this, making two versions of their next console. But in many ways, it's understandable because a lot of people do buy games digitally. A lot of people mostly buy games digitally, and that's just the way it is. But for me, I always love to buy games physically. There are some games I have purchased digitally because there's no physical copy. For example, Cuphead on Xbox One. It's a great game. It's really, really fun, and I wish that would get a physical copy because it would be bloody awesome. Or maybe there's some old retro classic that's got an emulated re-release on a new console, and that's just the way it is. So I buy it for quite cheap, and that's just how it is. Because I purchased a few digital PS2 games on PS4 for quite cheap, so I have. So yeah. So with that, obviously people do that and stuff, but I think in many ways it's quite bad because you are actually losing a lot of features, a lot of pretty much compatibility with a lot of things. For example, the PS5 Digital Edition will not be physically backwards compatible with PlayStation 4 games. Yes, you will still be able to play digital PS4 games on it, on the digital PS5, but physical copies, you will be able to do that. You will not be able to play, obviously, 4K Blu-rays, and DVDs, because it just will not have the disc drive. It's a digital machine. And it's very, very scary to think about that. It really is. And you've also got to think that Sony actually did this many, many years ago, back in 2009, with the PSP Go, which, again, was a good idea, but it just came out during a time where people were not ready for a digital-only console. And obviously, it failed hard, you know what I mean? And I know Sony at one point planned to make a digital program where you would, send in your physical PSP games or your U&D movies, whatever, to Sony, and they would convert them to digital files and obviously download them on your PSP Go. That's what they were going to do, but obviously that program didn't happen. And it's scary because if the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition does really, really well, it's definitely something that will make you think that, okay, I want to buy as many games, physically and stuff. Because it's gonna make people think that. It really, really is. But I know a lot of people might think, oh, it's a waste of time, oh, I don't want all these games on my shelf. Think about it. You've got to think about it. Preservation is important. It really, really is. And with licensing and games getting delisted on different digital services, it makes you think. It really, really does. Like I said, a few months ago, Drive Club was removed on the PlayStation Store. So it was. And obviously the digital version is no longer accessible. But if you have a physical copy of Drive Club, put it in your PlayStation 4 or your PS4 Pro and play away. You can keep playing that. Obviously the fact that PlayStation 5 is going to be backwards compatible with PlayStation 4 games. If you buy the disc-based version of the PlayStation 5, all your PlayStation 4 games come with you. You know what I mean? That is a good thing. Whereas if you have a PlayStation 4 and you buy all the games physically, and you go to the PS5 digital edition, which obviously wouldn't make sense, you're going to obviously not be able to play those games, older games, on your PS5. Just how it is. And it's just a scary thing to think about. Because I know in the far future, physical media will be dead. And I know you've got a lot of people who want it to go, which is a sad, thing. And I know people might think, going into a retail store or whatever, looking at CDs, DVDs, video games, what have you, it's such an archaic thing. It really isn't. I love going into a retail store and looking at games. I know, for example, over in the UK, the video game retailer, sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. The retail store game, which sells video games, obviously with what's happened in the meantime, you cannot, pick a game off the shelf and look at it. You know what I mean? At the meantime, all you can do is just look at the front of it and that's it. So if you want to buy a game, you've got to inform a staff member. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. But I know certain other stores, you can literally pick up products and look at it and literally hold it. You know what I mean? When you're waiting in line or whatever. But with game, you can't do that. But in normal circumstances, it's nice to go into a retail store and look at it, look at the back, whatever. Think, do you know what? I'm going to buy this, or am I going to buy this? You know what I mean? Will I buy it or will I not? Just how it is. But it's a nice thing to have. It really, really is. And I think people just not thinking that. Now I know with Microsoft, I know they're supposed to be doing something similar, where there is obviously going to be the Xbox Series X, and then there's going to be the Xbox Lockhart, which is supposed to be a little bit less powerful. Pardon me. A little bit less powerful, smaller, and it's digital only. You know what I mean? If that happens, it does make you think that. It really, really does. And also, you've also got to think about extra storage. Because again, if you are downloading all your games, you're going to run out of storage. So how it is. You look back when the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One first came out, 500 gigabytes, storage. And I remember at the time thinking, wow, that's a lot. You know what I mean? But I didn't realise you had to install your games on it. And looking back, 500 gigabytes in a console is absolutely ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's not good. I know Xbox One and even the Wii U had external hard drive support from launch, but PS4 did not get that until 3.5 years later. You know what I mean? It's important to have this. It really, really is. That's why if I did ever get a PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X, I would buy the disc-based versions. You know what I mean? That's just how I am, because I love physical media, I love owning it, I love collecting it, and it's nice. It really, really is. I like looking at, if I've got a box of games or on my shelf or whatever, I literally like looking at them and think, oh yeah, I might play that, blah, blah, blah. It's nice to do. It really, really is. And also, you can trade it to your friends or family, or, sell it or whatever. Digital media, you don't have that access. You know what I mean? It's a big problem. It really, really is. And then also with physical media, with games, you got sales or price cuts. You can get them at a cheap price, whereas digital copies take ages. You know what I mean? Or there might be some that never get, a discount or whatever. It's important to think about. It really, really is. And I know, especially a lot of young people, they want, physical media to go, because a lot of them just use, streaming services or whatever. And a lot of those are going to grow up not even knowing what physical media is. I can see in the far future, like in 20, 30, 40 years, like physical media will be the thing to laugh at, thinking, oh, look at this disc, blah, blah, blah. This is what the old people used, you know what I mean? And I don't care if anyone makes fun of physical media. I love it. I really, really do. It's a nice thing to have. I own a lot of it, so I do. I really, really do. But it's nice to have. It really, really is. And that's a good thing. But it's just scary, because if the PS5 Digital Edition does well, it's definitely something to think about. That's going to be very important. Because if the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition does well, it makes you think about the next generation, the 10th generation. You know what I mean? It really does with the Switch 2, the PlayStation 6, whatever Microsoft will call their next console after the Xbox Series X, whatever. The fifth Xbox, well, I don't know what we'll call it. It'll technically be their fifth console, you know what I mean? But if that's the case, it will happen. You know what I mean? Like, it makes people think, could there be a Nintendo Switch that's digital only? You know what I mean? That could happen. Where the 10th generation, the Switch 2, whatever they're going to call it, the PlayStation 6, the Xbox 5, whatever they're going to call it, that could happen. Where they could all be digital only. That could be a reality. And it's also making people think about Microsoft's original vision for the Xbox One. The whole always on DRM, used games can't be playable, originally going to be digital only. You know what I mean? I know they came out with the Xbox One S or digital edition, but looking back at those original policies, it makes people think. Because I feel that some company in the far future could pull an Xbox One and it's going to succeed. It really is. Oh, look at all these features, voice commands, everything. I feel like the 2013 Xbox One original concept will become something in the far future. It really will. That is going to happen. It just will be. So, it's something very, very important to think about. Because in the far future, physical media is going to go bye-bye. It is. But it's good whilst we got it. You know what I mean? Whilst we have physical media, it's a good thing. It really is. Because like I said, there'll be someday, someone want to play a PlayStation 4 game. They can't access it because, either the PlayStation 4 broke or whatever, or they cannot re-download it. And they look at that guy, or whoever, thinking, I wish I actually kept my physical games. It's important. It really, really is. Physical media is really, really important to have. You know what I mean? It's just how it goes. Because all digital services will go down. The Wii Shop channel went down last year. You know what I mean? The digital store on the PS3 and the 360 will go down someday. The DSi Shop channel was closed in 2017. The PSP's digital store was closed down in 2016. It is important. It really, really is. And that's the problem with it. So many digital-only games are being lost, to time, and are no longer returning. It's just how it is. It's a sad reality, but that's just how it is. So it is. So, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I didn't mean to get rant emotional there, but it's just the truth about it. It really, really is. So, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Pardon me. Before I end the video, next week is going to have a bit of a schedule change with the upload videos. Next week, I'm actually going to be uploading videos on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday time. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So my next video after this will be on Wednesday. And that video is actually going to be my audio story that I'm going to be uploading on Wednesday. Which I'm looking forward to, reading, and I hope you all enjoy that video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all on Wednesday. Thank you all for watching. Bye.